Good morning, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, February 16th, and it's currently 83 degrees. We're coming to you from our Edinburgh studio. I'm Mariana Galladro.
I'm Eliseo Gonzalez.
And this is
Vaquero News.
Campus news,
events, games,
and activities
all in one place.
This is Vaquero Radio,
the Val's student station.
Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m.
Vaquero Radio,
where
your story begins.
The Trump administration released a discount pharmaceutical website for the first week of February. Here's Celeste Cruz with the details.
It's not anything related to the country, or it's not a generic name, just selling the brand name of the president.
On February 5th, TrumpRx was launched and aims to give Americans discounts on 43 drugs, fertility, and weight loss medication, according to its government website. Political science associate professor Katin Gagnon said the website isn't effective for all Americans since 85% have drug coverage.
So it's really for a small portion of the population, or it's for people who need drugs who are not covered by their insurance. And that would be drugs for fertility treatment.
She added the purpose behind the website is political.
The real goal is to sell to Americans, convince Americans that the Trump administration is doing everything it can to make life more affordable in the country.
She said Trump is reaching out for emotional appeals through TrumpRx.
The Trump administration doesn't have a high rate of social acceptability.
Gagnon said the people who have been responding to polls have been complaining about healthcare being expensive in the U.S.
We haven't seen any real action from the White House to lower the price of healthcare in this country. For Americans, healthcare has become more expensive since the beginning of the second term of President Trump.
Gagnon said, although a small portion of the population will benefit from the website, that impact will be big for consumers. Marine biology senior Megan Francis said she believes there will be long-term consequences from the government's idea.
It seems kind of interesting that people's quality and cost of living has gone up so much, and now they're getting discounts through a government website instead of getting necessarily government help.
Gagnon mentioned it is early to determine if the website will have a big impact in the U.S. or if it will benefit the Republican Party.
If it becomes bigger, or the Trump administration is able to get lower prices for drugs from drug manufacturers, then it might play well for Republicans.
This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio.
This year's voters in Cameron County and Hidalgo County have some changes to keep in mind for the upcoming primary elections. Reporter Emilio Suarez with the details.
The purpose of the primary election is for each party to outreach to voters to select their nominations for the general election in November. Cameron County Elections Administrator Remy Garza said as of now, county, state, and federal offices are being considered. The top two candidates would run again. Garza said early voting is important because it gives voters the chance to choose who their representatives are.
In November, you're still able to choose between the candidates that are nominated by all the parties.
The elections administrator said this year the parties are going to offer countywide voting on election day. Democrats will have 57 locations throughout Cameron County, and the Republican Party will have 31 locations.
As long as it's the party you're affiliated with, you'll be able to find your ballots, just like early voting.
He added, it is important for UTRGV students to vote.
There's a large concentration of people on the campus that live all over Cameron County. And so it's a good opportunity for them to have access to it during their day versus having to go drive somewhere or on their way to school or on their way back. Historically, and data shows that the sooner you start voting, the more likely you are to vote in future elections.
Hidalgo County Elections Administrator Hilda Salinas said in her respective county there is a different checking system. Voters will check in using tablets. Salinas said early voting locations and schedules are available online.
We do have our early voting polling locations posted on our website. It's at www.hidalgocounty.us/elections.
She added, a way to become a poll worker is by filling out applications and dropping it off at the Edinburgh office or emailing it as well. Salinas said UTRGV has been a permanent early voting and election day polling location for many elections now.
It does garner very, very high voter turnout. Of course, it gives an opportunity for the students to cast their ballot while they are attending.
For more information, call 3182-5700 for Hidalgo County or 5440-89 for Cameron County. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
The 2026 STEM Research Conference will bring together students and faculty from across disciplines to showcase original research and scholarly work. Here's reporter Diego Matano with the story.
Where they do research and research projects, or they help out.
The STEM Research Conference is an academic platform designed to highlight research achievement from students to faculty mentors. The annual event fosters a culture of asking questions, collaboration, and academic excellence across campus. The 2026 conference will take place April 24 at the Region 1 Education Service Center in Edinburgh. The event is a collaborative effort between the College of Sciences, the College of Engineering and Computer Science, and the Division Research at UTRGV. Organizers say the conference provides students with the opportunity to present their research in a professional setting while gaining valuable feedback from faculty and peers. Engil Pereira, Associate Dean for the Research in College of Science and Associate Professor, said the event highlights the wide range of research topics explored on campus. In addition to showcasing research, the conference also creates a supportive environment for students who may be presenting for the first time. Constantine Tarawe, Senior Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Programs, said the experience can help prepare students for future academic opportunities.
I mean, in most cases, these students, this is their first time presenting, right? And so some of them get the chance to go present at national conferences, international conferences, but what this creates a safe environment where they can get some feedback.
For the first time this year, the Office for Bilingual Integration is partnering with the conference to offer 4 B3 awards. These awards recognize projects that showcase bilingualism, biculturalism, or biliteracy, or that highlight languages and cultural perspectives within research. Organizers said the conference serves as an important forum for recognizing emerging talent and advising scientific inquiry within the university surrounding community. For more information on STEM research, visit UTRGB STEM Research Conference. This is Diego Montano for Vaquero Radio.
Black History Month is a time to reflect, celebrate, and recognize contributions that shape the Rio Grande Valley. Reporter Emilio Suarez with the details.
The journey may not always be easy, but every obstacle is preparing you for something greater.
An organization is working year-round to elevate and unite cultures while strengthening connections with the African American community. Village in the Valley co-president Teresa Gatlin said the idea to start the organization came out of conversations about the lack of community among the African American population in the Valley. Gatlin said the organization's mission is centered on culture, connection, and celebration. She said Black History Month is not just about looking back, it is about teaching future generations.
We have to teach the next generation what we've been through, where we're going, so that we can continue to strive and do better and bigger things.
She added, one challenge in the valley is the population is spread throughout the region, making the connection difficult. Gatlin said the sense of isolation especially impacts young students.
I don't like being the only Black kid in my class. I don't like I'm biracial and no one looks like me. And because we're so spread out, it is hard. And you might be the only one.
The co-president said Viva works to create belonging and visibility throughout monthly mixers, cultural celebrations, mentoring programs, and community initiatives such as free clothing closet and Thanksgiving dinner for elders. Village in the Valley General Member Vicky Wright said she joined Viva to build connections not just within their own community, but across different cultures in the valley. Wright said Black History Month is important for her because it provides intentional space to reflect, to educate, celebrate the legacy and the resilience of achievements of Black individuals. She said Viva includes mentorship initiatives, which highlight Black-owned businesses, support youth leaderships, and create safe space for dialogue. Wright said representation is important.
When Black residents see themselves reflected in leadership, media, education, and community initiatives, it reinforces belonging and opportunity. Visibility also helps break stereotypes, encourages cross-cultural understanding, and ensure that full stories of the Rio Grande Valley include every community that contributes to its success.
She said her message to young African American students in the Valley is their aspirations and voices are valid and their presence is powerful.
Education, discipline, faith, and resilience can open doors that once seemed impossible. Never allow anyone to define your limits. Stay focused, stay grounded, and stay committed to growth. Believe in yourself, even when it's hard. Believe your future is worth the effort.
For more information, visit Village in the Valley website. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
The UTRGV community gathered last Tuesday to celebrate the Lunar New Year with traditions, performances, and cultural activities. Here's reporter Diego Matano with the story.
The Lunar New Year celebration took place Tuesday, February 10, 2026, from 12:30 to 2 p.m. at the Edinburgh University Ballroom. The event featured tradition, food, games, arts and crafts representing various Asian cultures. The celebration was hosted by the Center for Student Involvement. Students had the opportunity to meet organizations and professors who help represent these cultures on campus. One of the interactive stations included a wishing tree and a fortune booth, where attendees could write down their hopes for the new year. Alicia Smith, a junior majoring in early care and childhood education who hosted the wishing tree and fortune booth, said many students participated in the activity.
A lot of people have been able to come and write down their wishes for the new year or their resolutions.
Throughout the event, students gathered to enjoy traditional dishes and watch special performances while learning more about Asian cultures. Desiree Luna, junior psychology major, said the atmosphere stood out to her.
My experience here at this event has been really nice. The food is really good, and seeing the amount of people come in and celebrate together is really nice.
Freshman finance major Rachel said she enjoyed both the cultural learning experiences and activities offered.
It was a really experience to learn more about the Asian culture, and the food was great. A little bit cold, but it was great.
Organizers say events like this aim to create a welcoming space for students to experience different traditions and celebrate cultural diversity on campus. For more information on upcoming events, visit the UTRGV Get Involved webpage on V-Link. This is Diego Montano for Vaquero Radio.
Tim McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports.
Newton drops straight back. There's a crossing route. McCaffrey. Touchdown. That's big time.
Good morning, Vaqueros. Here's the sports schedule for this week. The UTRGV baseball team already had 3 games during the weekend, and their upcoming home game is at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. They will have their 4th game against Texas Tech at the UTRGV baseball stadium. The theme for that day is Orange Out. Don't forget to wear UTRGV merch or UTRGV school colors. That is the sports schedule for this week. Remember to bring your student ID to all UTRGV games for free admission, and support our student athletes by showing up. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar.
What's up, Vaqueros? Let's check out the fun events going on this week. On Monday, the Center for Student Involvement will host Travel Talk from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. on the Brownsville campus. On Wednesday, the Student Union will host an air hockey tournament at 1 p.m. in the Student Union game room on the Edinburgh campus. Also on Wednesday, the Student Union will host a Super Smash Bros. Tournament from noon to 1 p.m. on the Brownsville campus. This is the event calendar for this week, Vaqueros. Remember to bring all your student ID to all UTRGV events. This is Diego Montano for Vaquero Radio.
And now, for this week's campus weather report.
Hello, Vaqueros. Here is the weather forecast for this week. In Edinburgh, it will be a warm week with highs of 88 and lows of 64. In Brownsville, similar conditions are expected with highs of 85 and lows of 67. Starting the week with clear sunny skies. That is the weather forecast for this week. Remember to dress accordingly for these weather conditions. This is Susana Ramos for Vaquero Radio.
That is the newscast for this week.
Remember to read our news articles every week on our website, utrgvradio.com.
Tune into Vaquero Radio through our website or download the Radio Garden app to listen wherever you are and enjoy the best DJ shows around campus. Remember to check out our YouTube channel for the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
Our weekly newscast will also broadcast at 11 a.m. Wednesday.
Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station.
Thanks for tuning in, Vaqueros. Don't forget to saddle up every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. And remember, V's up!